Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Moon Mysteries, where we explore the fascinating facts about our closest neighbor in space. Today's episode we're going to answer some of the most 9 common questions that people have about the moon. Let's get started. Question 1. Why does the moon change shape? The moon doesn't actually change shape, it just looks like it does because we see different parts of it illuminated by the sun as it orbits around the Earth. The moon goes through phases, from new moon to full moon and back again, every 29.5 days. Sometimes, we can see a thin crescent of the moon, and other times, we can see a big round disk. The shape of the moon depends on its position relative to the Earth and the sun. Question 2. What are the dark spots on the moon? The dark spots on the moon are called maria, which means seas in Latin. They are not actually filled with water but with hardened lava from ancient volcanic eruptions. The maria cover about 16% of the moon's surface and are mostly found on the near side of the moon, the side that always faces us. The far side of the moon has fewer maria and more craters. Question 3. Can I see the moon during the day? Yes, you can. The moon is visible in the sky both day and night, depending on its phase and position. Sometimes, the moon is high in the sky during the day, and other times, it is low on the horizon at night. The best time to see the moon during the day is when it is a crescent or a quarter moon because then it contrasts more with the blue sky. Question 4. Why does the moon rise and set? The moon rises and sets because of the Earth's rotation. The Earth spins on its axis once every 24 hours. Making it seem like everything in the sky is moving from east to west. The moon also orbits around the Earth once every 27.3 days, making it appear to move slightly eastward every day. This means that the moon rises about 50 minutes later each day than the previous day. Question 5. Are there people on the moon? No, there are not. The only humans who have ever been on the moon are 12 astronauts from NASA's Apollo missions between 1969 and 1972. They spent a total of about 80 hours on the lunar surface, collecting rocks, planting flags, conducting experiments, and driving rovers. The last person to walk on the moon was Eugene Cernan in 1972. Question 6. How did the moon get there? The most widely accepted theory is that the moon formed about 4.5 billion years ago when a giant object about the size of Mars collided with the young Earth. The impact sent a lot of material into orbit around the Earth, which eventually clumped together and formed the moon. The collision also tilted the Earth's axis and gave it a faster spin. Question 7. What is the moon made of? The moon is made of rocks and dust, just like the Earth. The main difference is that the moon has no atmosphere or liquid water, so it is very dry and cold. The rocks on the moon are mostly basalt and anorthosite, which are rich in minerals like iron, magnesium, calcium, and aluminium. The dust on the moon is very fine and sticky and covers everything with a layer of gray powder. Question 8. Is there water on the moon? Yes, there is. Scientists have found evidence of water ice in some of the permanently shadowed craters near the poles of the moon. These craters are so cold that they never receive any sunlight, making them ideal traps for water molecules that come from comets or solar wind. The amount of water on the moon is very small compared to Earth, but it could be useful for future exploration and colonization. Question 9. Can I go to the moon? Maybe someday. Right now, only governments and private companies have access to rockets and spacecraft that can go to space and beyond. But there are plans to send more people to explore and study the moon in the near future. For example, NASA's Artemis program aims to land humans on the lunar South Pole by 2024. Who knows? Maybe you could be one of them. That's all for today's episode of Moon Mysteries, and I will answer many more questions about the moon in next episode. I hope you learned something new and interesting about our amazing satellite. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more awesome content. And don't forget to leave your comments below with any questions or suggestions for future topics. Thanks for watching and see you next time.